Hello, my name is Philip Rogage, and today we're going to be reviewing the Dwarf Cabin that I bought off of Tenu for about $25. This is made by DK Tec Creations out of China. This is just a generic brick set, and you can tell that this is not actually a dwarf house, but because of copyright laws, they couldn't call it what it was, which is a hobbit house that you would see like in Lord of the Rings in the Shire. All in all, pretty good value for the money at 1,066 bricks for $25. It's just over 2 cents per brick, where your name brand products usually run about 19 cents per brick when you're buying a set. The reason why I bought this, I generally buy the name brand stuff. I have probably over 100 Lego sets at home. But my wife and I were going to go on a cruise, and I was worried about spending a lot of money on a set and then losing pieces in our cabin, having them fall out of a suitcase, what have you. So I bought a nice, inexpensive set that we could put together in our downtime on a cruise and have some fun. This is a set. Overall, it turned out pretty nice. It does have a built-in light function. With a lot of sets, you have to pay extra for that light function. There is a lot of details. You can see both the house from the inside and out. Just lift up the back and you can see all the details on the inside. Some of the other things I liked about it was the full set of instructions that you get. A lot of other times when you're buying the non-name brand Legos, the instructions aren't very good. These aren't perfect. Sometimes the instructions would get into the crease and it was kind of hard to tell what it is you were supposed to be doing. Some of the things I didn't like about it, these do not click into place, and it becomes very evident. You can see here on the chimney how there's supposed to be a stream of smoke coming out. And if you try to put those together, there's supposed to be a total of 4 of them, which I thought was a kind of a cool idea. They just don't stay. They don't click into place. No matter how hard you push, they will not stay. The solution is to add a little bit of glue and permanently affix them into place. This is really this is one of 2 places on the set that you would need to do that. The other place is this door, which you can see it's nice wood graining, but that door is warped. It just basically 2 studs are holding it together, and there should be about 20 studs, but it will not click into place. If I was at home, I have some clamps. I would clamp it together and probably hit it with some heat, like from a hairdryer, trying to warp it in the other direction, maybe glue it. But we were on a trip, and what we had is what we had. There was one missing piece that wasn't a big thing, and if I was at home, I'd have it, but it was a 1x1 dark gray brick that would have been in section 2. This house was built in 4 different sections. I ended up finding an extra 1x1 light gray plate in section 4. It did have a few leftover pieces. Had those gray pieces, and this is a piece that I pulled out from this section here because it was too high, so I took one section out to make it kind of fit even with the rest of the house. Another thing I didn't like, mentioned before, it just doesn't click together like a normal name brand Lego or Mega Blocks set. It does not come with your orange standard brick puller / tool. Would have been very helpful because there was a couple times that we thought we had everything lined up, and you get 6 or 7 steps down and you're like, oh, this was in the wrong place. And so you had to take everything apart and put it all back together. And it would have been sure nice to have that tool. Again, I have probably 30 of those tools at home, but again, I did not have it here on vacation. Overall, pretty good deal for what you paid for. It was from Temu, which I'm skeptical when buying from Temu, but the set showed up in about 5 days because it did come from a local warehouse. They've started to have like warehouses around the country where we'll get in mass quantities of stock and then they kind of ship them out one at a time to residents. Again, it's not name brand, but for the value, pretty good value. It's not perfect, but you kind of get what you pay for. Thanks for tuning in and seeing this review of this set. I plan on doing other reviews, things from Tenu that are going to be real brick, real name brand. They actually do have real Legos. Most of these are sets that come from Europe. And then they also have these kind of knockoff, just generic brick sets. Thanks again.